On paper, FC Cincinnati had a rough offseason. They lost a handful of key players: Brandon Vasquez, Santi Arias, Junior Moreno, and worst of all, in my opinion, star left wingback Alvaro Barreal. And while they did find some adequate replacements for these players, such as Pavel Buka and Corey Baird, it was clear at the start of the season that things weren't quite the same. The defending MLS Shield winners struggled out the gates to produce anything meaningful in the attack, relying extremely heavily on reigning MLS MVP Lucho Costa for any kind of attacking spark, usually on the break. The aforementioned Corey Barrett, along with Sergio Santos and Aaron Bupenta, really struggled to put away their chances usually created by Acosta, and while it was clear that Cincinnati were not a bad team, they clearly weren't on the same level as they were last year, especially offensively. I cannot emphasize enough how big of a step back their attack took at the start of the season. Also, as I said, the loss of Alvaro Barreal stung the most. He is one of those players who just has a little bit of magic to him that can't be coached or schemed. I mean, he scored a Puskás contender, for goodness sake, and while his replacement, Luca Orellano, has shown some spark here and there, he does certainly lack the physicality that Barreal brought to the game and that magic factor that is really just impossible to
in space and not playing with their back to goal.
Oh, he's got him going for it! Spectacular! Luca Orellano, take a bow!
They lost an all-star last year in Barreal, and they said they need to find someone to fill that gap. Luca Orellano came in as an inverted winger, but Pat Noonan and his staff said he can be better than Barreal in our system as a wingback. How about that quality? How about that technique?
Cincinnati's recruitment team needs to pat themselves on the back because holy cow, following their slow start to the season, the club made some great extra additions, adding DeAndre Yedlin and Kevin Kelsey to the team, and holy smokes have they helped. Cincy's offense has really kicked into gear recently, but Luca Orellano has ascended. He has announced himself. He has broken out. Oriano has been just so impressive recently, and it is really funny to me just how similar he is to Alvaro Barreal. They're both young Argentinian left winger wingback hybrids. Both can score wonder goals. Both have similar hair, but there are some differences to their games that we can see highlighted in their FBref pages. Oriano much prefers to dribble at defenders and is pacier than Barreal. Barreal is a much better set piece taker, but aside from that, they are remarkably similar players, and I just find it so funny how Cincinnati lost what was the best left back in the league last year and then just sort of cloned him like it was nothing. No joke, the first video idea I had for this channel was about Alvaro Barreal. He was borderline my favorite player in the league last year, and I thought his loss was going to be such a big deal, and then it just wasn't. The lesson to be learned here, taught to us by Cincinnati, is that when life takes away your lemons, just get more lemons, I guess. This was Pancake FC, the YouTube channel named after the fantasy team named after my dog. If you did enjoy the video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. For every person who does so, Pancake does get an extra treat. Speaking of... oh my goodness, look at this little dog. Look at this little dog. How are you? Good morning, Pancake. You want a treat? Do you want a treat? Do you need a treat? Does Pancake need a treat? Here you go. Don't bite my hand off. Don't bite my hand off. Good job. Very good.